Hey everybody, it's Chris Seeds, Wootini from GayGamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. There's no big news this week, so I just wanted to share what I've been playing, which was interesting because, for whatever reason, I guess I'm missing my music games, because, you know, SingStar seems to have died, and the Dance Central DLC has apparently died out. It's dried up, and I'd like to think it's just because, you know, Harmonix is working on Rock Band 4 right now, which is coming out in October, but Harmonix has no DLC scheduled for Dance Central Spotlight, so I don't even know if once we get into October they're even going to bother with Dance Central Spotlight, because they're probably more likely just going to start pumping out the DLC for Rock Band, because that's going to be way more popular than Dance Central. Because Dance Central never became that popular because it required the Kinect, which most people don't want. Even though Dance Central is like the best reason to own a Kinect. But I did get back into playing Dance Central. And, you know, I mean, also because I like, you know, putting it on for like a 20-minute workout and whatever, and, you know, I do like that as for, you know, exercise purposes. It's quite useful, but it's also really fun, and there have been a few songs made available for download that I never actually got around to picking up, so right now there's still a little bit of new music and new songs to dance to and moves to unlock and stuff, so I can still feel like I'm doing something, instead of just getting to a point where I'm just replaying the same old songs and I've already unlocked all the moves and I'm just doing it for fun, and you don't get a sense of progression and accomplishment. But I also went back and was playing some Rock Band 3, which is still super fun, and much to my surprise, because the problem is that when I got the Xbox One, I put that in the living room, and then I moved the Xbox 360 into the bedroom. That's where the older consoles go. I have my, you know, PS2 is in there, and my Dreamcast, and like my N64 even. So that's great, except for the fact that I can't lug my drum kit in there because there's not enough room with the bed and the TV and everything. It doesn't fit really. It's awkward, so I pretty much just bring the guitar in there. It's just easier. So I've been playing a lot of guitar, and I discovered, weirdly, that there were songs in the song list that I've not played on guitar. Now, there's some songs which, you know, came on the disc that I don't know and I don't want to play, really. Those, obviously, I won't have a guitar score for. But then there were songs that I had bought as DLC that clearly I bought because I liked the song, yet I never played them on guitar. Did I only just play them on keyboards and drums and sing them? And I never got around to doing guitar because there was no guitar score, and I was just like, well, I have to get a guitar score for this, you know. So it's, you know, rekindled my love for Rock Band, and I am looking forward to Rock Band 4 when it comes out in October, just over a month, and we'll be rocking out again. But I am going to miss the keyboards. I really love the keyboards, so I'm really sad that they're not showing any keyboard support anymore, but at least we're getting more with new songs, and that'll be fun. The other thing that I played this past week, just one session, but my husband was using the TV in the living room, so I couldn't play a game out here, so I went in the bedroom, fired up the 360, and decided to give Assassin's Creed Black Flag a try. Because I have enjoyed Assassin's Creed games in the past. I haven't played them all, but this one was free with Xbox Live Gold, so I was like, you know, it was a free game with gold, I might as well download it, whatever. So I started playing it, and because I was wary, because I was like, I don't like pirates, so, and of course, after the opening cutscene, the very first thing that happens when you are given control of the character is, hey, take the wheel of this pirate ship and aim it so that we can shoot our cannons and sink the other ships that are trying to kill us. And I'm just like, really? The first thing you're going to make me do in this Assassin's Creed game is steer a ship? So that was not an auspicious start. And then you're running around an island, so you're like running on trees and climbing these ladders and stuff, and sneaking through bushes to kill people and such. And it just didn't, I don't know, it just wasn't quite right. It sort of felt like a game that was trying to do like Assassin's Creed. They were trying to be like Assassin's Creed, but like kind of rip it off a little. But they were going to do it in a different way so that it wouldn't be exactly Assassin's Creed and they wouldn't get sued. Because I'm just like, it is Assassin's Creed, but it just didn't quite feel right. And then I had to steer the frickin' ship out through the stupid bay or whatever, and there's all these rocks and stuff, and you've got to really like navigate it carefully, and it was really annoying, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to have to steer these ships. This is going to get irritating. And then I stopped and saved my game when I got to the... Well, I mean, I did the present-day stuff, and then as soon as I got to Havana, Cuba, that's when I stopped the game to, you know, take a break. I haven't gone back yet, but I'm hoping that once you're in Havana, Cuba, that's a city, and it'll feel more like a proper Assassin's Creed game. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad this one was free. It'll be interesting to tinker with just to see, because it'll be good, because it was free, so if it turns out to be too much pirate stuff, and I end up not liking it, I didn't pay for it, so who cares? And it's funny, because there was also... I remembered there was also an Assassin's Creed game for Xbox One. So I said, oh, what was that one that I downloaded? Because very often, if something is free, either on PlayStation Plus or Games with Gold, I will download it with the intention of eventually getting to it someday. And then I looked on my Xbox One, and sure enough, the Assassin's Creed game is Black Flag. So I'm like, oh, I thought it was a different one, but I guess it would have made more sense to have the Xbox 360 to be one of the older ones, because those wouldn't have been on Xbox One. But unfortunately, with the Xbox One, I wish that it was like a cross-save thing where it would upload your save to the cloud so that like I could continue my 360 game on my Xbox One. That would be awesome. Because when I started it, just to see what would happen, it was like, nope. You have to, because I mean, you're connected to the Ubisoft server or something, it makes you do that, and I thought, well, maybe it like saves your game in the cloud or something, and if I play it on my Xbox One, I can continue my game, but it doesn't, it makes you start a new game, and I'm like, ugh. So now I'm like, well, geez, which console do I really want to play it on? You know, like, do I want to take up the space in my Xbox One? And probably not, you know, I should probably leave it on just the 360 and delete it off the Xbox One. We'll see. A cross-save would have been nice. But I don't think I'm going to really get that into it, that I'm going to want it on the Xbox One with the shinier graphics and everything, which is, I think, the only difference between the two versions, probably. The other game that I've been playing is Picross E6 on the 3DS. I do love a good Picross game. Unfortunately, they introduced, after, like, in the second sequel or something, I don't think it was in the first Picross game, it was, like, in the second or third one, they introduced Mega Picross, which is, like, really complicated, and, like, some people have trouble understanding how to do Picross, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not that hard, really, when you think about it. But the Mega Picross, that hurts my brain. Like, I can't. It's there's too many numbers, and there's too many possibilities, and I just can't quite wrap my brain around it. So that's sort of irritating. So it's annoying because I buy these Picross games on my 3DS, and they're great fun, but I don't get to do all the puzzles, because there's a whole chunk of puzzles that I don't do because I don't get them, and I can't do them. So I feel like I'm missing out. But they're still fun, although I've discovered that it's sort of hard to do them on the train, because I'll be like tapping the little spaces, and then it'll like the train will lurch, and I'll accidentally tap the wrong space, and I'll get a time penalty, and I'll have to start over because I don't want a time penalty. I'll take one time penalty, but if it gives me another one, then I'm like, forget it, no, I got to start over, because then it'll look like I spent 10 minutes on this puzzle, and it really should have only been 4. So no. But I do like a good puzzle game. There isn't anything coming up soon that I'm excited for, except for, I guess, in September there's other than Rock Band, but before Rock Band, there's Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, so that'll be super exciting. But that's still a few weeks off, so, oh well. So let me know if you've played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and if it's very piratey, and I shouldn't really bother with it. I will see you back here next week, and we'll talk about more things. I don't know what yet, but that's part of the surprise, right? That's part of the fun, not knowing what's coming. So I'll see you back here next week. Have a good time.